Okay, so I removed the air horn. It took a flathead screwdriver to pry these hoses away. So they're number 4, they're number 3. Right here, I've got 6A and 6B. So I labeled them 6A and 6B. They go right there. Underneath the air horn we had number 7. I kind of put an arrow there, but I also capped it as number 7. And that follows just like that. Underneath this hose we have, I haven't numbered them yet, starting with this one right here. It comes under, where's my finger, there we go. It comes under this solid one right where number 7 is. It comes under there and they just kind of clip there. So this is gonna be number 8. Then number 9 right here. Oh, number 9, it's the purple connector. So number 8 is the red on the inside. Number 9 is the purple. It sits right underneath and it actually sits on a bracket there. But I'm going to pull it off because I believe it has to be pulled off to get the engine out. So number 8 is red. Number 9 is purple. So this wiring harness, it does connect right here. So you got to kind of pry that out. A plier in the back. It's one of these connectors, so I'll take a plier, and this whole wiring harness has to be disconnected and lift off. So I removed the cap and rotor connector, and there's another connector right there. So what are we at? That's gonna be number 10. So it's kind of stuck. There we go. I think I got it. Yep. So number 10 is orange. Okay, so I got number 10 labeled. I got it labeled up here and there just because it's hard to label it on the actual unit. And disconnect this guy right here. It's going to be number 11. Like I said, I haven't drained the radiator or the transmission yet. The transmission, it does go through the radiator for cooling, but I haven't drained that yet. That's why it's still really cluttered, but also we haven't really gotten anywhere just yet. Making progress, slow but sure. So this is number 11. Let's make sure we got everything over here. So as you disconnect the wire loom itself, or the wiring harness from the tabs, you'll begin to be able to notice where it's still connected to the engine bay, or to the engine. So that's what I'm looking for. Obviously I see this here. So we're gonna disconnect these. We're on number 12 and number 13 and number 14. There's 3 connectors here. Might not have to disconnect those. Really, I'm looking for things, if I don't have to disconnect them, I'm not going to. Just so less things to reconnect. These I'm going to have to disconnect just for the ease of pulling the transmission out, or the engine out. So I might go ahead and disconnect these as well. So this is going to be, this black one is going to be 12. The gray one is going to be 13. Black is going to be 14. Then this is going to be 15A, 15B. And then these two are 16A and 16B. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so when I was separating the connector for 15B, I noticed that it almost looked like the rubber came out, but if you look in there, it looks like the rubber is still in there. And where is it? There we go. That one doesn't have rubber, and 15A doesn't have a rubber. And so I'm gonna make a note of it. Oh, I actually see it, I think. Let's see. Is that right down there? Trying to get my fingers in that crack is the problem. See if I can push it through. I think it went through. Okay. Let me see if I can grab it. So this is actually the rubber from 15A. Turns out that I guess when I was pulling apart 15B, it just shot out of there. So I'm gonna go ahead and stick that back in there, just like so. And I'll shove it down with a screwdriver. So still got these two. I labeled these two as 15. I guess I either didn't see them or I don't know. So these ones are going to be 16A and 16B. Alright, just because of what happened with 15, I'm going to make sure that one's got a boot. That one's got a boot. And those connections look good. Alright. So I'm going to leave these lines alone for now. Let's check the wiring harness. Looks like we're getting somewhere. I need to get rid of this zip tie here. Someone zip tied it to the throttle. Then we'll disconnect this using a screwdriver. Just pry up on that. Got one. These have little teeth. There we go. I guess we can do the same thing back there. There we go. Alright. Oh, okay, we got ground connectors right here. So we'll take those off right now. Alright, got these disconnected. They are number 10s. It doesn't matter which one they go to, but I just labeled them A, B, and B, and so those are number 17. Let's see, what else have we got going on here? Got caught up there. Okay. Alright, it looks like we got that part of the wiring harness taken away. Okay, so this harness here, I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect it. Looks like it's mostly just fuel rail stuff. And go ahead and disconnect it. We're swapping out the fuel rail for the one on the green. We're gonna bring it over here because I think this has a little bit of fuel issues, so may as well just change everything. So we're gonna change the injectors, the fuel rail, everything like that. So we're gonna go ahead and disconnect these. They just pull off like that. So we'll go ahead and get these tugged off, and then we'll be right back. Alright, so number 18 is going right down there to that plug. 19 is right here. So there's number 19. It goes to the most front passenger fuel rail. 20 is the middle passenger fuel rail. 21 is the rear passenger fuel rail. Gonna save the other side because they go under. So now I'm just going to go through and double check, make sure I have everything labeled, make sure I have everything taken off so far that needs to be taken off, and then we'll go from there.